What's up, you guys? Welcome to the new school year. School is back in session, and how's it going? Are you off to a strong start? Are you not? Some of you have already been in school for a few weeks, and some of you just started. But it is still the beginning of a new year, and it's not too late to start strong. So in this leadership video, I want to introduce to you a very simple but important concept that has become a best practice among leaders, and that is called the gap and the gain. The Gap and the Gain is actually the name of a book by Dr. Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy, and it's so simple that I can actually draw it for you using my very primitive drawing skills. So here we go. At the time of this recording, it is September 2024. So you are here, right at the beginning of the school year. And it is a very daunting and intimidating time of the year for many students, especially if you are starting middle school in 6th or 7th grade, if you are starting high school in 9th grade, if you are a junior this year and you have multiple AP classes and honors classes, and you have papers and projects to tackle. If you're a senior and you're taking the SAT for the last time and you have to apply to colleges this year, it's a big year for you. And so what can happen is that we get fixated on what Sullivan and Hardy call the gap. Because in the gap is work, right? Work that will require goals. I just finished the first session with my mentorship students. We just finished setting their academic goals, their social goals, their emotional goals, and their spiritual goals for the year. And the gap is going to require goals to close this gap, right? To get from September to June 2025. But the principle is not to focus on the gap. Don't focus on the work that is yet to be done. You want to focus on the gain. Because the facts are that you have already done a lot of work. You have already achieved a lot of success. You have already accomplished a lot and passed a lot of milestones in order to get here. And so the leadership principle is to focus on the gain and not the gap. Live in the gain, not in the gap. Measure the gains. Don't measure the gap. And so what does this look like? For me, it's literally sitting down every 3 or 4 days with my journal, but at least once a week, and literally making a list of wins. Everything that I can celebrate, and I literally draw stars in my journal and just make a bullet point list of stars. Wins that build my confidence, not just in myself, but in God, right? Because these gains, they are gifts from God. He is the one who gives us every single gain. And this concept is so powerful because you don't close the gap by focusing on the tasks that threaten you and that cause you to question your abilities and question your perseverance and question your grit. You focus on the evidence and the proof that you have what it takes because you have God. That God has been faithful through all the previous years that you have already accomplished, and there's no reason that He won't be faithful to you this year. So the leadership principle that you can use right now to start the school year strong is to take 5 minutes in your journal and answer this question. What are the gains that God has already given to me to win my faith in Him? how can I trust God to close the gap that lies ahead, because he's already proven over and over that he can close the gap every year. Let me close with Philippians 1:6. And that says, he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. That verse is powerful at the beginning of the year because we remember that we are in a process. We are on a journey of growth, and we don't want to forget the first half of the journey, the first half of the process of growth. We want to remember the gain because that will enable us to close the gap. I hope that's helpful, and if it is, share this video with other people on your leadership team. Share it with your besties. Share it with anybody who is feeling a little bit intimidated and daunted at this time of the year. And like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great start to the school year.